Now, at the request of her classmates, I am pleased to call on the member of the class of 2007, Dr. Sarah Courchesne. I'd like to congratulate Sarah for an impressive accomplishment that arrived earlier this week. His name is Malcolm, and he weighs 7 pounds 3 ounces. It's been, what, 3 days? 4 days. I would also like to add a thank you to Sarah's classmate, soon-to-be Dr. Lee Orsaji, who graciously agreed to deliver Sarah's speech if Malcolm's timing hadn't been quite so good. So Sarah.
Thanks, guys. Good afternoon and welcome to everyone. And to my classmates, under alternate circumstances, thank you for bestowing upon me the honor of being your student speaker. However, considering that you are an intelligent group capable of making basic calculations, such as May 20th is 2 days before May 22nd, which is Sarah's evening, I suspect that my presence at this podium is based less on any fondness or admiration for me, and more on your collective demented wish that an obstetric melodrama might unfold on the stage. Fortunately for me, I dodged that bullet by a few days. I pondered what it says about you, that fully aware that I would be A, sluggish and slow-witted in late gestation, or B, delirious and addled by lack of sleep with a newborn in the house, you nonetheless chose me to crystallize the experience of veterinary medical education. Ultimately, I think either condition is a fitting allegory for the past 4 years, so I've tried to forgive you for installing me up here. Mercifully, I've been instructed to limit my remarks to 5 minutes. I've also been instructed to keep my remarks in good taste, which is a considerably greater challenge. So, casting my mind back to graduations past, I tried to come up with traditional student speaker themes that I could safely navigate within the bounds of good taste. There is, of course, the familiar graduation by the numbers, where the student recites a litany of numeric figures meant to signify the previous 4 years. Something along the lines of, we've spent 4,500,000 hours of lecture, taken 6,073 exams, and so on. But when I attempted to make a similar list based on my experience at Tufts, it was considerably less impressive. I've accumulated 1 profoundly neurotic and maladjusted teaching beagle, 8,203 emails from Robert Berman, 2 needlepoint Christmas stockings and 3 embroidered throw pillows I constructed during the endless lectures of 3rd year, and 1 deep-seated, visceral, norepinephrine-mediated reaction to the sound of a pager going off. So I determined that I should not pursue graduation by the numbers and continued my search for these remarks. I considered the time-honored graduation by the book tradition, where the student chooses a few lofty abstractions that encapsulate the 4 years and reads their definitions. For instance, perseverance. Webster's dictionary defines perseverance as, and so on. But when I attempted to choose a few words that might evoke for you the whole of our 4 years here, I kept coming back to terms like obtunded, mucopurulent, and to reminisce back to 1st year, tamponade, which to our universally adolescent glee, Saunders' Comprehensive Veterinary Dictionary defines as the surgical use of the tampon. So, clearly, I elected not to pursue the graduation by book theme. I also looked into the wealth of prepackaged graduation speeches available online. One site looked promising. A set of 3 speeches appropriate for a medical school commencement recently marked down to $19.97. The product description reads, this set of speeches express your gratitude if, as a medical graduate/student, you are speaking at your graduation ceremony. They express thanks for the help and support you have received from the college staff and from families. They mention the friendships you have made while studying. They touch on treasured memories, and they ponder the future careers of those present and end with a good luck wish to fellow graduates. The light-hearted yet sincere poems add an unusual finishing touch to the speeches. My hopes soared as I read this, and I was particularly eager to find out what specific treasured memories would be included with my purchase. But this scrolled in vain through the list of available packages. Apparently, the veterinary commencement market is insufficient to support the online speech writing industry. So once again, I found myself without a theme for my remarks. By this point, I found I had nearly exhausted my allotted time and did not actually set anything else up. Since the traditional routes for student speakers have proven ill-suited to me, I accepted that any of my remarks or trite declarations of friendship and community would be similarly out of character. I also refused to enlist any tragically well-worn and much-abused quotations by either Frost or Shakespeare to define the day. I can't conclude with soaring praise and the conviction that we will all go forth and accomplish great things as veterinarians, because I stand before you as proof this is not so for the time being, anyway. I have neither sought nor secured employment in our profession, and so am unlikely to achieve anything veterinary-related in the foreseeable future. And while many of you may describe your new jobs and internships this way, I am literally working for someone who screams incoherently whenever he wants something, expects me to be on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with no financial compensation, and who doesn't even know my name. So I'm clearly not qualified to offer advice on your new careers. And I don't presume to know what past careers have meant to each of you, and where on the spectrum from abject misery to exalted bliss your veterinary education has fallen. But there is one thing I suspect may be true of all of us today. The word doctor rattling self-consciously around in our heads. After a while, it's expected that we will all grow accustomed to this new prefix and come to take it for granted. Since I will be at home experiencing the practice of veterinary medicine only vicariously, I urge you not to become complacent, but to work hard, not only to make me look good by association, but to prove yourself deserving of this new title and this remarkable new profession. I have a feeling you will. Good luck to you all, and congratulations.
Thank you, Sarah. I hope someone recorded that so Malcolm can hear it someday.